And I have to say, this project, I would never dream of touching the Matthäus-Passion. I simply wouldn't. I wouldn't. It was out of the question. And when I was here a couple of years ago with your awesome chorus, we did the John Adams Flowering Tree. And in the back there, nobody would leave the hall, the auditorium at the end of the night. We just sat in the back over beer and said, what are we going to do next? Mm-hmm. And I had had my first experience of this hall, the Philharmonie, and this 360. And I had not been here before that experience. I live in Los Angeles, and I work a lot in Disney Hall, which Frank Gehry built after coming here and being quite inspired by this place. And so I know the 360, but to come and see this particular pentagonal 360 degree was so thrilling. And I said to Simon and to your amazing chorus, because you guys said to me, let's do something now that's not John Adams. Let's do something that belongs to us. And I just thought, oh, Bach must belong to you. And I said, well, in this hall, you could do the St. Matthew-Passion in Bach's imaginary spatialization of two choruses face each other, two orchestras face each other, a kind of musical cross where there's no proscenium, and people aren't performing out, but they're performing in to each other. And what you're getting is a community engaging with itself. And you're watching a community work through issues together. And it's not about for show. It's not that we've figured this out and now we're going to show you how we do it. It's we really have to talk through this stuff and work through this stuff. And Bach wrote the music of that kind of mutual engagement and mutual regard. And one of the most moving things is one orchestra has to listen while the other orchestra plays. One chorus has to listen while the other orchestra sings. So equal time is spent playing or singing and listening silently and having to be receptive and take something in. You know, as a performer, you're usually putting stuff out. Yeah. And what's so thrilling about the structure of this piece is you spend half the night having to open yourself to receive, which for an orchestra member or chorus member is pretty extraordinary.
But you've developed that further, haven't you? Because in a traditional concert performance of the St. Matthew-Passion, you might have the soloists out at the front and the conductor telling everyone what to do, basically. And because we've had the luxury of time and the luxury of discovery together, and because we've come to it without preconceptions in the first place, I was extremely surprised and delighted by the way you worked initially with the chorus, that actually we didn't, I expected that you would tell us to move to the left or move to the right or something, but actually we spent, what, 8 days just discussing the music. You basically rehearsed us.
Just the text.
Exactly.
And just how does this music, where's this music entering this text, and where's this text entering this music? And also, where do both of those things enter the lives of these people? And I think for me, the most moving thing about this chorus is that you feel every human being there. You don't get a group. It's not like a giant box of something. Every person's different. Every person brings their own history, their own emotional life, their own personal hopes, their own imagination. And what I just invited people to do, because what this piece is about, it's not theater. It's a prayer. And so it's a meditation. And so at the beginning, I invited them to dedicate the opening chorus to someone they care about, to someone who's still with them or maybe not, or someone who's leaving the world now, or somebody who needs their help or their thoughts or some act of kindness. And to make the performance of the music itself be the prayer that reaches that person, whether they're here or whether they're gone. And when we do the earthquake, to say, well, you know, don't act like, oh my God, it's an earthquake. Make that a 2-minute prayer for people in Haiti right now who lost their homes, who lost their families, because Bach wrote the music for us to place everything we hope and care about into the vessel of this music. And the music will not only carry it, but elevate it.